Hi, Calvary. My name is Amy, and I am here today with Holly Hess.
Hi.
And we are going to give some exciting updates about Isaiah 117 house. But before we get into that, I just want to give a quick recap for those of you who may be a little bit newer to Calvary. Holly's going to tell us a little bit more about Isaiah 117 house, but a couple months ago, we had come to the church looking for approval to donate some of the land on our back 18 acres for the building of the ministry. And I'm just so thankful that the church responded with generosity and excitement about that. Unfortunately, that did not work out due to some city building restrictions and things, but we're excited to share some updates today about where they will be building, and then ways that people can get involved, volunteering, and just give you some really exciting updates. A lot has changed over the last couple of weeks, and so that's what we're going to share today. So Holly actually attends Calvary with her family, which is who?
My husband, Pete, and our kids, Cole and Jenna, who are 13 and 12.
All right. So it's kind of a cool story that we won't get into today, but they had started coming to Calvary before they knew that Calvary had a connection with Isaiah 117 house, and I met her not knowing that she had a connection to Isaiah 117 house. She is one of the two staff. So we've introduced you before to Emily, who's been here before with us on video, and Holly and Emily work together as the local leaders of Isaiah 117 house. So for those of you who might not be familiar with what they do, can you just give us a quick overview of what the general ministry does?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Isaiah 117 house is just a house where kids can come while they await foster care placement or kinship placement. The DCS worker, instead of taking them to the office downtown, will be able to bring them to our house where we'll have trained volunteers to love these kids and provide for their mental and emotional support while the caseworker makes phone calls and things like that to get them a safe place to be.
Yeah. And so it'll serve all of Tippecanoe County.
All of Tippecanoe County and some of the smaller surrounding counties.
Okay.
Yep.
And a couple frequently asked questions that I get. So there is a national Isaiah 117 house, and that is based in
Tennessee.
And how many homes are there now?
I think there are 11 open homes currently.
Okay.
But we have over 40 expansions going on in 9 different states.
Yeah, because this is a pretty new ministry.
It's new since 2018.
Yeah.
So
I know there are others in Indiana.
yes.
And it's been, probably 2 years since you started in Tippecanoe County?
Yeah, March of 2021, we started in Tippecanoe County, and we've had a couple of land donations fall through. So we have just purchased land in town, and we are currently waiting on building permits to get started on groundbreaking and pouring foundation.
Yes,
So,
all the things I don't know
Me
how
either.
to do. So that's really exciting. A couple other people have asked me, like, how long is an average stay for a child when they are removed from their home and then they come to Isaiah 117 house? How long is a typical stay there for them?
average is about 8 hours, but it can be anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days.
Yep.
So we just provide a comfortable place for them to be. Pretty much anything the child wants, they get to do.
Yeah.
They want to pull out a mattress and watch a movie on the floor, we do that. If they want to bake cookies, we do that. If they want to play outside, we do that.
Yeah.
So
So no one's actually living permanently at the house.
No.
It's sort of like a home base for all the moving pieces of what's happening during that process.
Right.
But it will look like a house, feel like a house, because even a 2-hour stay there, we want it to feel like this is a home environment.
Absolutely.
A safe environment for them.
one of the main missions of our ministry is to lavishly love these kids who are going through such a traumatic day in their lives.
Yeah. And also, I know that you provide a lot of support to DCS workers because their role is obviously extremely emotionally, mentally, and spiritually challenging.
It is.
And so providing support to all of those people is what they do. All right, so let's get into the good stuff.
All right.
So you have land,
We have land.
and when are you breaking ground?
As soon as we get those building permits in our hot little hands.
Okay.
We just discovered yesterday that we applied the week of Thanksgiving, but we just discovered yesterday that they didn't have all the information they needed. So we sent things over. Emily's calling them as we speak here to make sure they got the information, and so the clock is ticking for that to happen.
Yeah, so the first thing we can do as a church is to support them in prayer
Please.
during this time, because for anyone who's ever built a house or was around when we were expanding Calvary, you know It's a process.
It's a process.
So pray for them during that process. That is one of the first things you can do. So I also know that there is a huge Build These Walls event coming up in January. So tell us more about what that is going to entail and how people can get involved with that.
Sure. So we're partnering with a company called Help Build Hope. They're out of Louisville, Kentucky. They've worked on many Isaiah 117 houses, and they'll come up. They're going to train on Friday, January 6th. They'll train 25 to 30 team leaders, and we'll cut wood that evening. And then those team leaders will be assigned teams on Saturday morning, January 7th, and we'll need 150 to 200 members of the community to come. And so please come.
Yeah. And no experience needed.
No experience needed. Minimum age 5. If you can hold a hammer, you can come and participate. And we know that there's been a lot of excitement for our house in the community, and this is the way that people can come do something tangible. We're building the interior walls of the house.
Inside
a
this
big
is
warehouse.
All inside.
Indoors.
So indoors.
Heated. We'll have breakfast on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then this is a warehouse that belongs to one of our volunteers, and they are going to also store the walls until we're ready to put them up.
Yeah. So, because that was a little confusing to me when I first read about it. So the walls are getting built and stored until it's ready to put them up.
Exactly.
But that's going to really expedite that process when all the walls are ready and can just come over and be put up.
Yes.
So there's 2 ways to get involved there. One is as a team leader. I think I already know at least one person from the church who was going to do that.
Okay.
So if you're interested in being a team leader, that's the Friday night training.
Right.
And then if you just want to show up and help build the walls, that is Saturday morning. And I think you said it's only like a 3-hour
Yeah, we'll
time
go
commitment.
from like 8 to probably 11. We'll be done before lunch.
Yeah.
So.
And they're just going to build those walls.
Right.
And then store them. And then we will kind of get back in touch when we know that there's work to be done on site.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So if someone wants to sign up for that, how are they going to do that?
So you have to sign up because
Yes.
there is a waiver.
Can't just show up.
Can't just show up.
No.
You have to sign. You have to click for the waiver, and that link is on our link tree, which I know that Calvary has a link to on your info hub.
Yeah, so we're going to make sure that all of that information is at yourcalvary.info/Isaiah117. We'll also put it in the comments of this video, and everyone's getting an email today with all that information. So, and worst case scenario, contact me. I will help set you up. So, and I will say this as a person who's usually sitting in your chair waiting for volunteers, the sooner you sign up, the better.
Yes.
Like, it is a huge peace of mind to see those signups come in sooner rather than later. So we know it's Christmas, we know it's a busy time, but if you can sign up and let them know so that they can kind of head into the holidays knowing that that is all covered.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. Currently, we have almost 50 people signed up, so
Okay.
that's great, but we have so many more to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one way to participate. I also know many of you are really interested in working hands-on with the children once the house is open. It's not too soon to sign up for that.
Absolutely not.
So we've already had people through the church that have signed up. I know I've done references on several people, and that will be through the links on the info hub as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then if everything goes smoothly, do you have any idea what time you think the house will actually open?
I keep teasing Emily that it's going to be April, but it probably won't be April.
Okay.
It'll probably be this summer. Some people are saying September.
Okay.
It just depends on how supply chains are running.
Sure.
But for sure this coming year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And there will definitely be a lot of fanfare around all of those activities.
Yes.
So you'll know.
yeah. So, I know that many of you have already been involved, going to meetings, praying for them. And so I'm just thankful for this new ministry. I'm thankful for the close partnership that we have with them. Would really encourage people, if you are trying to figure out how to get involved, you can talk to Holly.
Yep.
You can talk to me, check out the info hub. But definitely, maybe grab your small group and sign up for that day to serve together.
Absolutely.
I think they will allow people to serve as a group if they come together as a
sure.
group. So talk to your small group, your family, your ministry team. I think it would be awesome just to have a really huge turnout there that day and knock that out. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
And we're super thankful for Calvary for partnering with us too. It's been a huge part of our ministry, so thank you so much.
I'm excited.
We do.
So, all right. Well, everyone, have a great day. Thank you for joining us, and Merry early Christmas.
Merry Christmas.